Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I want to again thank our witnesses for your service and for your testimony. And I just want to begin by just establishing some facts. I know we're going to have a lot of great questions here from the committee. Director Salisbury and Commissioner Sabatino, thank you both. I know you are both professional career national security career servants, public servants, and I just want to thank you for that service. I know it's also been mentioned by some on this committee, so I want to clear it up. Have either of you ever received an order to stand down directly from the White House or stop enforcing the laws that you are tasked to enforce?
No.
No, not for HSI, sir.
Thank you very much to both of you. I know I say that because, of course, we've heard this claim over and over again that somehow the border is open, that we're not enforcing our laws, or that we're directing our career law enforcement officials to not follow our laws at the border. I want to return to a point that was raised in the opening remarks. I know millions of American jobs, workers, and families, as we know, rely on the commerce that flows in and out of our borders every single day and at our ports of entries, especially at our southern ports of entries. In 2021, American goods and services traded with Mexico totaled more than $725 billion, making Mexico our second largest trading partner. And in that same year, American exports of goods and services to Mexico supported an estimated 1.1 million jobs in our country. So we obviously need to be smart about how we manage our ports of entry, how we achieve security, and we also have to ensure that our inspections are done quickly and efficiently. Now, given the jobs and, of course, the commerce that's at stake with Mexico and our other partners, efficient ports of entry should, of course, be a bipartisan issue. Playing politics at the border had devastating effects on the American people and our economy, and we've seen that recently. We probably just remember just recently when Governor Greg Abbott from Texas ordered state troopers to conduct unnecessary examinations of commercial vehicles coming from Mexico. That obviously was a political stunt. That action alone cost us $9 billion in GDP here in the U.S. And those are the type of stunts at the border that do not work and certainly are causing harm to our relationship, not just with Mexico, but also with all of our trading partners. I want to thank you both for your work, and particularly want to focus especially on how important it is to process our ports of entry efficiently and to ensure that they're secure. I want to start with Commissioner Sabatino. Can you just briefly explain how processing effective screening at our ports of entry not only makes us safer, but promotes commerce in our American economy?
Thank you for the question, Ranking Member. Certainly, and we strive to utilize technology and innovation to streamline our operations at ports of entry, and have undertaken significant efforts to automate as many processes as possible. It's really important for us to give our CBP officers, our agriculture specialists, all our frontline personnel, the tools that they need to effectively do their job. In order to do that, we need to remove administrative burdens from them. And by doing that, we go paperless, we go automated, we go touchless in our environment. So technologies such as non-intrusive technology, force multipliers like canines, but also using facial biometric comparison technology in our passenger environments. The implementation, and that goes across air, land, and sea. In our land border environment, the modernization of truck manifest, again, receiving advanced data in advance of the arrival of cargo shipments that, we see in the air and maritime environment that was much more automated previously with the deployment of the truck manifest deployment.
And Commissioner, also on that point, can you also talk about seaports of entry? Because I think oftentimes we spend a lot of time talking about the southern border, which is obviously very important, but our seaports are an incredible part of our national economy. And could you also mention our seaports of entry and what's happening there?
The most significant percentage of volume in terms of value of imports comes through our maritime ports of entry. So certainly, again, and it cuts across all of our environments in automating, going paperless, leveraging opportunities for submission of paperwork. The Vessel Entrance and Clearance Program is one of them, where we are deploying a resource in the automated commercial environment to allow carriers to submit electronically data that we used to require paper packages for, saving 1 million hours for CBP. And countless hours for the trade, as well as gas, resources and expenditures. So we look at efficiencies in terms of removing administrative burdens, again, giving our officers and frontline personnel the opportunity to do what they do best.
Thank you, Commissioner. I think to your point, I think it's important to note that there's so much commerce, in fact, a larger impact to our economy and what's happening through our seaports as ports of entry. which we rarely focus on, which is an incredibly important piece of our national economy. So I want to thank you for the technology you're putting in place. I hope that this committee and the full committee can also focus on the bigger picture of what's happening at our ports of entry, and including seaports as part of that conversation is really critical. So thank you, and Mr. Chairman, I yield back.